Hello and welcome to Young at Heart, a show brought to you by the COA, and that stands for Council of Older Adults. I'm Jordan James, the coordinator for the COA and your host for Young at Heart. And at the COA, it is our mission to educate and enrich older adults in Niagara County, and we want to connect you with the information and programs that help you live your best life. And to stay true to that mission, I wanted my first guest of this season of Young at Heart to be Marianne Gorman, the Enrollment Coordinator for Complete Senior Care at HANCI. And it's a program for all-inclusive care for our elderly, or PACE for short. Now, they provide medical, social, and support services needed to keep frail elders living at home instead of going into nursing homes. Participants of the Complete Senior Care program may attend the day care for meals, activities, medical services, rehabilitation therapies, and a physician and mother medical staff are available on-site at our clinic and health center operated by Mount St. Mary's Hospital. Welcome to the show, Marianne. I'm just so thankful to have you be here and to talk about complete senior care.
Well, thank you, Jordan, for having me. I am very compassionate about this program. The program is an all-inclusive health care plan, and we've been in business for 10 years. We had our 10-year anniversary just recently in September, and we do a lot of good things to individualize the treatment program for our seniors, anyone over 55.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about complete senior care, but again, what is complete senior care as a program? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. Complete Senior Care, like I said, has been around for about 10 years.
Wow, 10 years.
10 years. In Niagara County, we service Niagara County. We also individualize a participant's treatment plan. It's not like going with a bigger insurance company where you have we can only do this, we can only do that. We individualize our treatment plan to fit our participant so they can stay safely at home.
So you craft a program, or a program for them that's going to fit their medical needs,
yes,
and what they need help with to stay in their home. And I would say a good active member of our society here in Niagara County, right? That's your goal.
Yes, that's the
wonderful.
goal. That's
now,
the goal.
Can you talk more about the services you offer?
Sure. We have, for example, when I see someone and they need something as far as durable medical equipment for their apartment to stay safely there. For example, a lifted toilet seat, a possibility of a walker, a wheelchair, anything that would keep them safely in their home. That's what we're about.
Wow. So those are one of the services you're able to help them with, those, like you said, those durable equipment that they're going to need to stay in their home.
Absolutely.
Whether it be assistive devices and things like that.
But in addition to that, we also, if they're having difficulty preparing meals or whatever, we get them registered for either Meals on Wheels or Mom's Meals at no charge to them.
That is so wonderful.
I know it. And they really enjoy that. They even get to choose from the menu.
They even get to choose from the menu.
Yes.
Well, I think Complete Senior Care is a great program to consider, especially because, again, your goal is to keep our elderly seniors in their homes.
Because most of them don't want to be, have to go to a nursing home or assisted living or anything like that. Yeah. And we do our best to safely keep them at home.
Yeah, I mean,
for as long as we can.
For as long as you can, and I think that's such an awesome program, especially because, again, there are so many of our elderly community who don't want to be forced into a retirement home or even, an assisted living facility.
Sure.
And I would understand that.
Right.
And I'm glad that we have a program like this, used for 10 years that helps with those things. Now, you mentioned a few of the benefits, but is there a few more benefits Complete Senior Care offers that you could mention?
Yes, actually, in most insurance plans, you pay co-pays for medicine, and there are no co-pays for anything. Everything is all-inclusive.
All-inclusive.
However, we are funded by Medicaid and Medicare.
Understood.
And Medicaid, sometimes people's income is a little higher than Medicaid allows, And then they have a spend down, for example. A
Understood.
person may need our program, but they make too much money. Then there is a mechanism in place called the pooled trust, where if they're over the amount that Medicaid allows, that overage can go into a pooled trust, and the pooled trust will turn around and pay whatever bills they designate. It could be their rent, their cable, their electric.
So they're kind of turning that money around and using it towards the bills they have to pay anyways.
Absolutely.
And they get to stay in their home.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's a beautiful thing.
I know
think
we're
it's
going to talk more about the spend down later on in the show, because I
Okay.
wanted to talk a little bit more about that for sure. But now, you'd mentioned HANCI, which is the parent organization of the Complete Senior Care, that has been serving Niagara County for how long?
100 years.
100 years.
Yes.
I just can't get over the dedication it takes to have an organization around for
Sure.
that long, and the passion it takes to have people in place. I'm just so surprised. Wow. It blows my mind every day. Now, any stories of how complete senior care has helped folks stay in their homes? Is there any stories you could share with us?
Well, it is our goal for them to stay in their homes. But there does come a time that, for their own safety, it may not be the best alternative. I can't specifically think of a story, but I do know that we are contracted with several nursing homes. I could name them, but I don't think I should.
That's okay.
But we are contracted, so if it comes to that, the transition to go from their apartment to a nursing home is a seamless one.
A seamless one, if needed.
If
you
needed.
there, again, are to assist them in that transition if needed.
Right.
Okay, I totally appreciate that. And Marianne, they can reach out to you at your office, and you'd be able to start, any of their questions or concerns they might
Yes.
have about any of this.
Yes, I can.
Wonderful. Now, what makes you so passionate about complete senior care? When we spoke on the phone on Friday, I could tell there was this extreme passion for this program. What is it?
Well, I had my own mother until she was 98 years old. And I was living in Phoenix, Arizona, and she stayed with me at my home for 20 years
Wow,
because she
20 years.
outlived my dad. But I didn't want to put her in a nursing home. However, excuse me, they didn't have a PACE program, complete senior care in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And I had so wished they did.
Because something like that would have helped.
Yes, it would have helped a lot. And I just feel that this program, when I came back to Niagara in 2018, this program is a beautiful thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it can assist families with these, for their loved ones.
Yep.
Give them that extra care they need. And I just think it's a win-win all the way around, especially when they can channel their money back to their bills that they have to pay.
Absolutely. No, I
So
totally.
it's a win-win.
Absolutely. Now,
Yeah.
Now, how many people does complete senior care help?
Well,
had-
because we're so individualized, we're just, we are the PACE program, and the number one recommended by Medicare,
Okay.
which is a good selling point for us
It's a high
because,
designation for sure.
yes, it is. It really is.
And that's cool.
Right now, we're assisting approximately 140.
That's wonderful. And with that 140, you're really getting down though. And like you said, it's an individualized plan.
Yes.
And it might seem a little low, but you are spending time with each person and their individual care. And that's
Right.
wonderful.
It's not like rubber stamping them when they come in. You can only get this, this, and this. We take the time to figure out just what it is they're lacking, whether it's socialization, medications being delivered, the durable medical equipment. Our IDT team, which is composed of social workers, clinic people, nursing, nutritionists, things like that, that make that whole care plan so individualized.
Wonderful. And you know what? We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. We have some information to show you and a quick PSA from HANCI. We'll be right back.
Niagara County RSVP offers volunteer opportunities with over 60 local, non-for-profit, and public organizations, donating over 80,000 hours of service each year. In becoming an RSVP volunteer, you will join more than 400 other citizens in using your skills and experience to meet critical needs throughout Niagara County. You can make a difference, assisting seniors, educating youth, supporting veterans, or building homes. It's difficult times like these that remind us how important volunteers are to the community. With RSVP, you'll choose where you'd like to serve, how much time you'd like to give, and either share your skills or learn new ones. RSVP is federally funded through a continuation grant from AmeriCorps Seniors. Additional funding comes from the New York State Office for the Aging and the United Way of Greater Niagara and local contributions. Is your community organization, church, or club looking to book presenters for the upcoming year? Schedule a free presentation at 716-285-8224, extension 216. We would love to get you on our RSVP team. If interested, please call for an application or visit www.hanci.com. Join AmeriCorps Seniors and bring out the best of America.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host of Young at Heart, Jordan James. We're here with my guest, Marianne, and we were talking about complete senior care and how it can help you remain independent and in your home. And we're going to continue our conversation now. So, how many, we talked about this earlier, does Medicare or Medicaid cover these services that complete senior care offers?
They both do.
They both do.
Yes, we're state funded and we're also federally funded.
Wonderful. And you mentioned you have a high designation as well, right? Through
Yes.
Medicare?
Yes, we are the only one that Medicare recommends
Wonderful.
in long-term care services.
That is such a cool
It
designation,
is.
right? You're like the only one. Now, can you explain a little bit of you mentioned the spend down earlier. Can you
Yes.
explain a little bit more about that?
Sure. In Niagara County, for a single person to be eligible for Medicaid, they cannot make any more than $875 a month.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that's pretty low considering most people make more than that. Not
Yeah.
everyone, but most.
Right.
So let's say they make $1,100 a month and DSS only allows them $875. The difference between that, I believe it's $225, could go to the pooled trust, which is primarily a mechanism for the elders to use to have them actually administer that $225 to a place to take care of their bills. Let's say they have a cable bill and a phone bill that they could submit to the pooled trust. The pooled trust would turn around and pay that for them without having to take that spend down and pay back the state.
Correct.
Because they're on Medicaid.
So in some sense, it kind of pays for their care.
Right.
Essentially they pay for the difference in care, and they get that back towards their other bills.
Exactly. Because
Such a cool program.
It is a cool program, excuse me.
Yeah.
People use it. We have probably maybe 50% of our individuals are in it. And they believe, when I explain everything to them, they say, it sounds too good to be true.
Right?
But it isn't. It's really true. So, yeah, I'm very excited about the program. I think it's a great thing for the senior citizens.
And then again, for their families, to
Sure.
have someone who knows what to do and what steps to take. And that's
Right.
Marianne at Complete Senior Care. I love it. I love it. Now,
thank
what is
you.
the typical day at the senior care facility?
Well, pre-COVID, let's say, the participants have the option to come in and do crafts. We have a social calendar so they can come in and socialize. Entertainment, we've had bands from around the area. They get a hot lunch catered in by Mount St. Mary's. We're contracted with them. And they have a lot of fun. They celebrate birthdays. They're transported in by one of our transportation vans. We're contracted with quite a few different now van companies, transportation companies, and they really look forward to that and enjoy it.
They do.
They don't have to come, but if they wanted to come 1 day a week, 5 days a week, the option is open to them. But since we are now in the pandemic, we've had to limit our capacity to the day center.
Understood.
But we hope that, that goes away soon and we can open up to full capacity.
And again, it is based on each situation. If they reach out to your office, they'd be able to learn more information on the availability for sure.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to be changing as the days go on, I'm sure.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Now you mentioned there's a catered lunch daily. Can you tell me a little bit about that? A little bit more?
I do know that we're contracted with Mount St. Mary's. They have a couple different options for lunch.
Yeah.
And that's all handled by the nutritionist and
At the facility.
At the facility.
And they understand what dietary needs each person needs, and they're able to make sure that that's taken care of for them as well.
Yes, especially if someone has diabetes or a food allergy or things like that. Yes.
Okay. Now, transportation, you mentioned this. Let me know, how does HANCI, or excuse me, Complete Senior Care at HANCI help with transportation?
Well, the clinic itself at Complete Senior Care does the booking for all the doctor's appointments for the participants. Then that information is transferred to the transportation coordinator, who sets up the times for pickup and the dates and things like that. And then the clinic coordinates with that participant and lets them know the van will be there to pick you up at X time.
And the transportation is one of those, again, all-included things
Absolutely.
that comes with the program.
Yes.
That is,
yes.
again, all-inclusive, Complete Senior Care. Now, I had you on the show today to talk about the complete senior care and how our seniors in Niagara County could benefit from taking advantage of a program like this, especially as they get older but want to stay in their homes. Was there
Right.
anything else that you wanted to add to today's show, or maybe recap to our viewers as we have the time today?
Sure. If you're at all interested and you think you would benefit from our program, please give me a call. The very first step in seeing if you qualify for long-term care is to call me, and I would set up an evaluation for long-term care through the state of New York, and then from there, the ball gets rolling. And that's really all I have to say on that, and I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. No, well, thank you
get the
again for
word
coming
out.
on the show, Marianne. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Jordan James, reminding you to stay young at heart. Again, thank you for watching.